Hello, everyone. It's the Movie Night Society here. It's been a while. Uh, there was a holiday, 4th of July. We skipped, I think, 1 week. I don't remember why we skipped it. I think I had something to do. Uh, and now I got COVID, so my voice is going to be a little meh. Um, but we're talking about Incantation, uh, kind of as a bonus. Because it just came out on Netflix on like Friday. It's I believe is it Taiwanese? I should really know this.
I have
Um,
no idea.
yes, a Taiwanese movie. I think they speak like Mandarin in the movie. Um, but it's a Taiwanese movie, found footage movie.
Why do you
Uh,
have the most cursed fucking background photo for this? Like, as if
I know.
we needed to.
You need to just pick the image of the movie.
I almost did that like face.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, no.
the
Funny.
from when the lady like runs it, the mom. I
Oh,
almost did that. That was pretty freaky. Um, yeah, I don't know like how people are gonna know about this movie, or like I found out about it through I don't know if you know Trevor Henderson. He's like a horror artist online. He created like this like Siren Head and other kind of like cryptid characters.
I know Siren Head.
And he's I follow him on Twitter because he's always like recommending cool like horror stuff. And he like shared this trailer for this movie Incantation, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I thought it looked pretty creepy. Really good trailer. It basically shows all the interesting parts of the movie. um, and yeah, so I was like, "Oh, it comes out like in July on Netflix, so like, why not recommend that?" Uh, so yeah, I watched it a few nights ago. Uh, I think we all watched it pretty recently. I mean, yeah, we're recording this Monday. Like it only came out Friday, so this is probably the closest to a release that we're talking about a movie.
I think so.
Uh, yeah, I don't know about you guys. I was sort of disappointed by it. I was expecting it to be a lot scarier and a lot more um I don't know, like coherent. uh I don't know about you guys, but I found that the pacing and the structure of this movie was kind of strange.
My thoughts are like exactly the same as yours. I'm
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised. Like, okay, verbatim, pretty much saying everything I was going to say. Especially about being scared. I kept kind of hoping something would like kind of freak me out a little bit. Just nothing did.
yeah, right. It was really strange.
What about you, Dustin? I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
definitely want to hear about Dustin because he seems to be the most. We've had the most fun with Dustin with the Paranormal Activity movies, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm very
yeah.
curious to
This,
hear how
yeah,
Dustin thought.
that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh shit, it's like Paranormal Activity, or for better terminology, it'd be found footage, I guess. But yeah, it reminded me of
yeah,
Paranormal. I was like, all right, cool, this is gonna be good. And then instead of a buildup, it just immediately started with like the most
Yeah,
crazy shit.
that's what I thought too. There was like no buildup. It just starts with the stuff.
Yeah,
right. It was so strange. Like I was like, oh man, they're starting off with like a lot of stuff from the
Yeah. I
trailer,
was like, okay, and
and
this is like 2 hours almost, and like
yeah,
immediately,
it's like
like
what?
I had to check the time. It's like the movie just started, right? It's like
yeah.
if this was Paranormal Activity, this would be like towards the end of the movie.
That would be the ending scene.
Yeah, it was like bizarre, and I was like, how are they gonna like? It kind of created more of an expectation for me because I was like, oh, they're gonna somehow top that, uh, and it never really happened. I can't think of anything in this movie that shocked me as much as the opening. Uh, there were some cool images, and I thought like some of the sequences were well done, but nothing really like had an impact on me in this movie. Like I don't know.
I feel the
I,
exact
I
same way.
and I'm trying to think of like how to describe what the movie's about. It's basically about a mom who we kind of learned that I think like 6 years prior to kind of the events that are happening currently in the movie, she and like a couple friends went to like one of their relatives kind of villages like on the in the outskirts of town, and they performed rituals and stuff. And I guess her daughter, she was pregnant at the time, and like her daughter becomes cursed by whatever this ritual, this incantation. Uh, and then we kind of follow her. She like wasn't fit to take care of the daughter, I guess, and then she finally is like able to take care of her again. Uh, and yeah, supernatural paranormal stuff happens where excuse me, the daughter becomes in danger, and yeah, I don't know. It just sort of like becomes a typical like found footage movie, I felt, but really jumping around in in chronology a lot of the time. We see like present day, and then sometimes we cut back to her visiting this village and like the footage they recorded, because they had like a kind of a ghost in paranormal investigator like show that they had that they literally just called Ghostbusters, which I
Yeah.
thought was funny. But it was like, okay, it just kind of keeps jumping back and forth between these things, and it never really makes you, I don't know, it just made it a little more kind of hard to follow for
Yeah.
me. I don't know
I
about
never
you.
I never thought it was really giving us any new information every time it did either. It was
Yeah.
all just kind of stuff you figured out already or could piece together yourself. So they weren't very engaging.
Yeah, right. It's weird. I was expecting us to like talk about this movie like, oh shit, this was really scary or this was really cool. And it sort of like became, I don't know, just sort of it was like okay. I didn't like dislike it or anything, but it was a lot less interesting than especially like an almost 2 hour found footage movie should be.
Yeah. I think
Um
for me, like it got less interesting the more it went on, especially like the last half hour. I just kind of kept checking the time, see like how much longer is this? Okay.
oh yeah, there was a moment in the movie, I believe it was when uh there's like this kind of this guy at the daycare center that like took care of the daughter while the mom like couldn't take care of her, uh and he sort of uh grew attached to the daughter, like the daughter like called her dad, uh and so like he really cares about the daughter too, and like he kind of gets involved with everything. And I swear I think it was an hour in, but there's a part where they're like driving to the village and they like basically get caught in like a loop, uh, sort of like a la Blair Witch Project or whatever. They just like keep driving around in a circle. And I was like, oh man, like this is like not too this felt pretty breezy for 2 hours. Like I thought the movie was ending there, and then it like I was like, oh shit, there's like 15 minutes left.
Mm.
uh and yeah, I agree, Will, like it just kept getting less interesting. It was so, yeah, I don't know, it's like hard to like think of things to say. Was there anything you guys like liked about the movie?
I do have to say, I thought the acting was really good.
I was gonna say
Um,
that, yeah.
I thought the characters were like okay. I liked the little girl. She was cute. And the relationship the mother was trying to kind of have with her. And I legitimately felt sorry for the little girl when all these like the curses and stuff were happening to her. So I think at
Yeah,
least the movie got you to care enough where I was feeling sorry for the characters. So that's something.
yeah, I really liked the mom's performance. I thought she was really good. uh and yeah, I agree, the stuff with the daughter kind of going through this like sickness, because yeah, it's like portrayed more of like a body horror kind
Yeah.
of illness,
That was really sad to watch though. Like a
yeah,
little kid go through that.
and like the way the makeup was really good, like the way she
Yeah.
has like these like
Yeah, it looked
holes or whatever.
yeah, that looked
on her
really
arm.
good, like really convincing.
It the body horror kind of supernatural stuff in this movie reminded me a lot of Junji Ito.
Hmm.
Like there's a story of his where this guy like starts kind of growing these holes on his body. I think it's called the chill or something, and it's like he doesn't have like protection from wind, like so this like the wind keeps going through his body and just because there's like holes in it, and like the makeup in the movie looked a lot like that.
Yeah, the makeup was pretty good. I could tell there
Yeah.
were some parts that were CG though. Not too many, but like when it happened, I could tell.
Yeah. The worms, the like caterpillars or whatever looked really fake.
Yeah.
There was like one shot where the camera was on the ground and the worm was
Oh, like right
looking
up
up at
close.
something.
Yeah.
That was like
pretty neat
that was
idea,
pretty
but
bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
CG wasn't too good on that.
yeah, it's like the ideas are all there, I feel, but they're not like executed that well, I guess. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Dustin, is there anything you can think of that you like liked about the movie?
Yeah, I agree they didn't execute it well, but I'm a sucker for I don't even know how to explain it. For example, the most recent Conjuring movie, 5, I think. I don't know what number it is.
No, well, okay. Well, it's the third Conjuring movie, but there's a bunch of spin-offs, so
Oh, okay. Well, the main recent one.
yeah.
I like horror movies specifically that are kind of almost based in reality. Like this isn't too far gone, like some old Elder God type shit with some people. Like this movie had a believable, like real world idea. I mean, do you kind of get what I'm saying about like real
Yeah, I mean, I
type
always
shit?
love
It's not
found
so
footage
far
movies.
gone.
Yeah,
So
and like
I
found
liked it
footage
because of
like
that.
grounds it in reality, which I
Yeah.
really like.
So I love that kind of concept. And yeah, they didn't execute it too well. That's why I like The Conjuring. I like this. That's why I like the newer Blair Witch. I just think it's more of like you have people that go to this very real world place and like it just so happens like some old crazy shit is happening. It's like, yeah, maybe. I mean, you never know. Like that kind of thing. Because it was like this tiny community in the middle of the mountains and everything. I thought the setting was cool. Yeah, just some of the execution was weird. The pacing, like you guys said, was odd in the beginning because that's the first thing that came to my head. I'm like, wow, like where are they going after this? Like, is this going to be like a fake thing? Like, I didn't know where. And then that's why I got bored because I just started off expecting all this shit, and then like nothing happened for a while, or it was very slow. And I was like, come on, man, like. I don't really give a shit about the custody battle between the mom and the daughter that much personally. I just didn't care. I was just like, get to the scary shit. And then when
Yeah,
they
they
finally
kind of need
got
to
to the scary
focus.
shit, I thought it was cool and entertaining, but I think it was scary. And I think there was a lack of explanation for some stuff, even though I kind of get it. Like the two guys going in there, just like flipping out and just dying. It's like, all right, man. I, like, I get they kind of explain it, but it was so sudden to me. Like, I get he looked at the face of the Mother Buddha and like lost his mind and shit, but like, they didn't explain it when it was happening. So it just like he just turned and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? So I
Yeah,
mean, there were some weird parts in there for me, but overall I kind of liked it.
yeah. I liked the idea of the buildup of the tunnel video. You know, like they
That was
keep
cool.
saying it, like that she doesn't want to see, like she can't even watch a video of a tunnel. I think she says, and it's like, oh, like what happened? Like what it like they're gonna show it later, you know that, and then like you just think like, what are they gonna show? And it's just like I don't know. By the time it happened, it didn't feel like it mattered. Like I don't know. And I liked when at the very end when the mom like lifts the veil off the Buddha statue, uh, and it's just like a hole.
That
Again,
was
like
crazy.
very Junji Ito, cool image, for sure. Uh, but it was like, okay, kind of weird. And basically at the end, which is sort of what I predicted would happen, because it's not a commonly used trope, but I've seen it in other movies before where like uh the only way to like stop the curse is to spread it, so that it like kind of dilutes it in a way. Um like I think like Truth or Dare like did that or something. But I don't know. The way they executed this movie, it like found footage is usually like, okay, they just present the footage, right? And like maybe there's like a title card thrown in and stuff, and like in the universe of the movie, you're always like, okay, someone found this footage and edited it and put it together, right? And in this movie, it's like it's the mom doing it, but it's like, okay, so the mom's like making all these like weird cuts, and she's like zooming in on people's faces on certain parts, and she's adding music. I mean, like I know that's going to seem a little nitpicky, and I didn't really mind it at first, but then at the end of the movie, when it's basically like she's presenting it as it's presented as if she is like kind of broadcasting it, right? And it's sort of like, okay, well, why isn't the movie consistent with that or something? Like, I think that idea would have been like really cool as like an internet series, right? Where like, one video is like this little portion, like kind of like Marble Hornets. I don't know if you guys ever watched Marble Hornets or something like that. Uh, like the last video could have been, the reveal that like, oh, she's gonna go into like this cave and live stream or something. And now with YouTube, it's like, oh, you could have actually presented it as a live stream. That would have been cool. But I don't know. Like I guess it was just kind of, I'm always picky about the presentation of found footage movies being realistic, because it's like the realism is what makes it scary. And it's like when they keep doing all these like cuts and throwing in music and stuff, it kept pulling me out a lot rather than like drawing me in. So I don't know. I thought that was strange. The one thing I really liked in the beginning was the part where she's like showing the little animations of like the Ferris wheel and the train going by, and she keeps saying like, you can try to like move the Ferris wheel in the other direction in your mind. I was like, oh, that really like got me sucked in. I don't know about you guys, but I really liked that part, and that's in the trailer too. And
Yeah,
when I
it
saw
was
that,
a good opening, like a good way to kind of get you a bit invested.
right, it was cool. Like, and I liked that it set up this idea of like, oh, you control your actions, and like you're kind of the one responsible for the things in your life. But then it doesn't really feel like it matters. Like, I mean, like it does, but you don't feel it like as an audience. So I thought, yeah, it's like great ideas in this movie. I just sloppy execution. There was like one other thing I wanted to mention, but I'm blanking on it right now. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other scenes that were interesting. Uh, did the lady flying at the camera with the scary face?
That was kind of funny.
That got me a little bit. I didn't like jump in
It
my
got me a little
chair,
bit.
but I
I thought it was kind of
expected
funny.
some jump scare, but
It
I
was
just
it
didn't
was a
know
little
when.
I kind of laughed a little bit
it was a little funny.
because like I saw it coming. Like I
I
was
saw
looking
it
at it
coming
like,
too. That again,
yeah,
that was in the trailer.
just the
Again, like
faces at some points were funny.
this movie, the trailer is like fucking great. Just watch the trailer, because it's like all the concepts, all the stuff that you're like, okay, I could see this being a really cool movie. And then, yeah, I don't know, don't watch it, I guess. I'm trying to think like for a movie this long in this genre, I highly recommend. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but Noroi or Nori, The Curse. It's a Japanese movie by Kiyoshi or Shirashi, I think. It's like I think it's also 2 hours. I'm looking up right now. Um, it's really good. It's basically like, I don't know, like a sprawling found footage movie like this, where there's lots of characters and investigative stuff. That's they go to like a village that has these rituals and stuff. But it's much better done, and it actually has like some pretty frightening sequences. Koji Shirashi, I don't know what I said, but I got it wrong. Is the director. That's a great movie. I'd recommend that over this for sure. Um, and apparently he has some other found footage movies that are pretty good, but it's hard to find them. I'd say like Nori the Curse is on Shudder. So if you have that, like that's good. But uh, yeah, I don't know. This movie wasn't like, I don't know. I was hoping for a lot more um, with it. Um,
I like
what
the
was
the makeup design with all the like you see on the statue behind you, and they painted all the lettering on
oh
the kids and the main woman. I thought that looked pretty cool. I thought that was a cool concept, like almost like a shield type thing for something. I don't know, but I did.
yeah
I don't know what it was really used for in the end, but it looked cool, and I thought that concept of like, I don't know, it was almost like a tribute type deal or like a paying a respect thing because the statue has it. I just thought that, I don't even get it really, but I just thought it looked cool.
yeah yeah. I think this movie had a pretty good production value for what it was too.
Hmm.
Like it didn't feel cheap, which I liked. But yeah, I guess it's just the storytelling of it. Like I feel like I could see a good movie in this if it was like cut down or something. Um, I feel like it tries to explain a bit too much. And a lot of what I like about found footage movies is like mystery, because that makes it a little more realistic and scary when you don't know what's going on. Like Blair Witch Project is like my favorite found footage movie. You don't know what's going on, um, but you're like sucked in with the characters and the situation. Um, and this one, it's like I liked the mother daughter relationship, but I don't know. That's
It's
like
weird.
kind of the review for me. Is like, I don't know. It's just like some things worked,
Yeah.
some things
Kind of a
didn't.
mess of a film, really, all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
Like,
disappointing for me.
I'm not sure what this is trying to do.
Yeah. Um, I don't
That's what
know.
I feel
Anything
like.
else to say about it?
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's like, man, I'm sorry. I feel like I wasted your guys' time with this movie, but I was really, man,
To be
had a
fair,
great
It seemed like it
trailer.
seemed like it had some promise.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed my time. I'm just never gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I don't see any reason
yeah,
to watch this over like Blair Witch, like you said, or something like the earlier Paranormal Activity movies or something like that. I don't see any reason to watch it over those.
yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, even like the few scenes that are pretty neat in it aren't like, I wouldn't sit through the whole 2 hours again. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess we should just go to ratings. If I can find a pen, I'll write down our ratings. I guess I recommended it, so I'll give mine first. Uh, when it ended, I was kind of like a little more trying to give it some credit, and I gave it a 3. But after letting it sit with me for a few days, I was kind of like, really, I don't know. I didn't get like too much from it, so I'm going 2.5 personally. Uh, I don't know. What
Okay.
about you guys?
Me or you, Dustin? Who's going next?
I am also going to go 2.5 because I just feel like I was actually also going to go 3, but just for different reasoning. But then I just think overall, yeah, I don't think it's. I love the concept. Like I said, I'm a sucker for that kind of concept, that based in realism horror shit. Something about it itches my brain, and I love it. But it was executed kind of poorly in some areas. I don't even know if they're important or not, but it was enough to the point where it broke me out of the movie a little bit sometimes. So I think that's why it's not a 3 or a 3.5. So 2.5, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna personally go with a 2, just mostly because of its pacing issues. I think that kind of brings it down a little bit for me. Yeah, kind of like what Julian said, they just kind of trimmed some of the fat and cut some of the stuff back. Made it a little bit shorter. I think could have been a bit better. Maybe not spice around some stuff as much as they did. So yeah, I don't really think I'd ever plan to watch it again either. But there were some positives, like we said. But overall, just nothing. It doesn't do anything particularly well, but it doesn't do anything like really bad either, I thought. So yeah, kind of like a little below average for me. I give it a 2.
All right. Yeah, yeah. I think we all basically felt kind of the same about it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. If you're like really curious, maybe I don't know. I feel like you really got to be into found footage to give this a try, for one thing. But I don't know. It's like maybe good for like one watch, and you could probably fast forward to there's like a few things. But yeah. All right. I don't know. I didn't check what the average rating uh came out to be, but it's like probably just a little below 2.5. Um let me no, not times. God damn it. Plus. Um so 2.3 out of 5 from us. Yeah, okay. That's the end of the bonus episode. Uh just thought I'd recommend that because it just came out. Yeah. Uh that's it. We're done with that.
Real shit.
All right.
That's the review.
Yep. Bye.